Start.
Dear students, good morning. Today we are going to deal with the subject of antenatal care. The antenatal care we have to discuss in details. That's why we have divided into two parts: antenatal part 1 and antenatal care part 2. Today we will deal with the antenatal care part 1. So from the conception to delivery, the period of pregnancy can be divided into antenatal, internatal, and postnatal periods of pregnancy. So antenatal period is the longest one. It starts from the conception to the delivery, which takes 9 months and 7 days. Internatal period is during delivery, and the postnatal period extends up to 42 days after delivery. So today we will deal with only antenatal care. So 9 months period of pregnancy is divided into 3 trimesters also to take appropriate action in each trimester. The first trimester extends up to 12 weeks. First 12 weeks is called first trimester, and from 13 to 27 weeks it is called second trimester. 28 weeks onwards till the birth of the baby is the third trimester. The antenatal period ranges from conception to delivery. So this period we will utilize to confirm whether the pregnancy is there or not by a test called pregnancy test, which is called by trade name as discharge. And we can also generate mother and child protection card, in which all the details of the pregnant mother will be noted. The antenatal care includes antenatal visits, baseline data collection, and screening, etc. Mother and child is always treated as one unit. So our aim of antenatal care is to get healthy mother and healthy baby at the end of the pregnancy. As soon as the pregnancy is confirmed, the pregnant ladies are brought under antenatal care. The objectives of antenatal care are to promote, protect, and maintain mother's health, to detect the high-risk cases, to give special attention to them so that the maternal mortality and morbidity will be reduced. And we will also prepare the mother for the childbirth, and we forecast the complications that may arise. And it reduces the antenatal care, reduces the anxiety, morbidity, and mortality among the mothers. Because of increased maternal mortality and child mortality in various stages, perinatal mortality, neonatal mortality, and child mortality are increasing. That's why this period is the best period to sensitize the women and to adopt certain norms so that she will take care during this period to reduce all these mortality and morbidity rates, and thus increase the status of the society. And we can also teach the child care during this period. We can sensitize the mother towards nutrition, personal hygiene, and we can motivate the couples towards adopting small family norms in family planning program. And environmental sanitation will also be given more importance. And another aspect is under 5 clinic is also part of antenatal care. The mother will be sensitized to take the children under 5 years to the antenatal clinic so that the child health will also be taken care of. Now, to study the antenatal care, we have divided into different sections. antenatal visits, prenatal advice, specific health protection, mental preparation, family planning, and under 5 pediatric care. Today we will deal the section of antenatal visits, how the antenatal visits will be conducted, what are the advantages and all. We'll discuss in detail about the antenatal visits. So ideally 13 visits are recommended, and those visits to the mother will be given by the auxiliary nurse midwife and medical officer. First 7 months at the rate of 1 visit per month, 7 visits, and in 8th month, twice a month, 2 visits, and 9th month onwards, once a week, 4 visits. Total 13 visits should be given. But in India and other developing countries, the problems are many. The below poverty line people are more. That's why they are not able to feel the importance of antenatal visits and they don't attend. That's why during National Rural Health Mission, they have recommended 4 visits, minimum 4 visits were recommended. The first visit should be given before 12 weeks of gestation or at the earliest they know that pregnancy has occurred or pregnancy is confirmed. The second visit will be given between 14 to 26 weeks of gestation. Third visit will be given between 28 to 34 weeks of gestation. The third visit must be by the medical officer concerned in the particular area. And fourth visit between 36 weeks of gestation onwards. The advantages of detection of early pregnancy and registration. To provide proper care during pregnancy for mother and child. To record the last menstrual period, the first day of the last menstrual period is a must to calculate the expected date of delivery by Neglec's rule. That is 9 months and 7 days will be added to the first day of the last menstrual period to give the expected date of delivery. So if we know the expected date of delivery, we can prepare in advance what are the things to be adopted by the pregnant mother. So otherwise, we can go from first day of LMP, we can go backward 3 months and add 7 days to get the expected date of delivery. To record the baseline data and timely detect the complications, it is an the early registration and detection of the pregnancy is important. To decide whether to continue pregnancy or not. Sometimes the pregnancy may occur in teenage girls, or some unwanted pregnancy may occur in the couples which is not wanted. They don't want to continue the pregnancy. In such cases, we can refer for MTP, medical termination of pregnancy, to the primary health center or first referral unit or community health center for medical termination of pregnancy, provided C falls under rules and regulations of MTP 1971. And it is also advantageous to develop interpersonal relation between caregiver and the pregnant women. So the Anganwadi worker or ANM has to estimate the number of pregnancies in her area in a particular year. To estimate, it is the estimation of number of pregnancies is required to calculate the adequate stock items required to keep in stock items such as tetanus toxoid, antenatal records, antenatal cords, and iron and folic acid tablets. Such things should be kept in stock. So, expected number of live births per year is calculated as Y this is represented by Y, is equal to birth rate in an area and the population of that area. For example, if the birth rate is 25,000 of the population in a particular village, whose population is 5,000, the expected live births comes to 125. So expected pregnant women is equal to Z is equal to Y plus 10%. 10% of the expected live births will be added because the pregnancy loss will be there in the form of stillbirths or abortions, etc. That's why we add 10% of these live births so that total expected pregnancies will come. So 10% of Y is equal to approximately 13. So 13 will be added to the number of live births calculated, which gives the expected number of pregnancies in a year, that is 138. In any given year, approximately half the number of pregnancies estimated to be there in the records. In this case, in this example, 138 by 2 comes to 69. In any case, the number of expected pregnancies are not recorded in the antenatal register, the ANM and Anganwadi worker of that area will take the help of the local leaders and key person to ensure the proper registration. So we're going on searching the women who are missing. Some women may be going to the private sector, should also be included. Otherwise, we don't come to total number of pregnant ladies in the particular area. And the follow-up and counseling, the ANM will track for giving injections and folic acid tablets, etc. to ensure antenatal care. Now, the preventive services to the mother. All these visits are to give some services to the mother. And the first visit itself is very important. The first visit is important because we take history and we do some physical examination and do some abdominal examination, and then we calculate the gestational age and some preliminary lab investigations will be done. All these things will be done in the first visit. They are all preventive services. History taking. First, the pregnancy should be confirmed. Whether pregnancy is there or not, it should be confirmed. If there is any doubt, we can go for the pregnancy test. SJ is the pregnancy kit supplied by the government of India, available with the ANMs and ASA workers and Anganwadi workers in sub-centers and primary health centers. So once the pregnancy is confirmed, they should register it and inquire about any bad obstetric history in the previous pregnancies, and whether there is any history of medical problems or any complications were there in the previous confinement. And we have to record the last menstrual period. The first day of the last menstrual period is very important for calculation of expected date of delivery, and we have to note the temperature, pulse, and respiration as a baseline data. The history of systemic diseases, for example, diabetes mellitus, hypertension, heart diseases, icterus, urinary tract infection, malaria, tuberculosis, sexually transmitted diseases, or any allergies to any drugs or any allergens are there. This history should also be noted in the history. Then come to the physical examination. We will note from head to toe what are the things, what are the positive things which can be correlated with the pregnancy. The first we see for pallor. Pallor represents anemia. The degree of anemia can be known by the color of the conjunctiva or the nail bed. So, and we have to correlate with the hemoglobin levels and note the pulse rate, respiratory rate. If there is any heart disease or any anxiety, pulse rate will be more in the lady, and respiratory rate will be more if there is any respiratory diseases or bronchial asthma like thing. So respiratory rate will be more. Icterus, if there is any hepatitis like diseases, then we will note the edema of the puffiness of the face or swelling of the feet, swelling of the abdomen with or without proteinuria. Proteinuria means protein excretion in the urine will be an abnormal finding. If it is there, it will also be noted. And we will then record the blood pressure in millimeter of mercury. In each visit, the blood pressure will be recorded. The average of the two readings will be taken into consideration. If it is just more than 110/90, then the next visit also will see whether it is progressing or remaining constant. If it is progressing and remaining constant, whether it is pregnancy-induced hypertension previously, the lady may not be having hypertension, but in this pregnancy only she has developed hypertension. It is called pregnancy-induced hypertension. It will be dealt separately. And whether she is a chronic hypertension, earlier also she was having hypertension, now she is continuing to have hypertension, it should be properly treated during pregnancy. Whether hypertension is accompanied with proteinuria, it indicates preeclampsia. If diastolic blood pressure is more than 110, then it is definitely it's going to be eclampsia. Now the weight gain. A pregnant lady during her period of pregnancy, 9 months and 7 days, she will gain a total weight of 9 to 11 kgs at the rate of 2 kgs per month. Weight gain, if it is 5 to 6, the entire period, if she gains 5 to 6 kgs only, then it indicates some nutritional deficiency. So food supplementation should be given. If very low weight gain, if it is less than 2 kgs per month, we can predict low birth weight baby and or intrauterine growth retardation can be expected. If sometimes the gain in weight is more than 3 kgs per month, then we can predict diabetes mellitus and twin pregnancy or preeclampsia. Accordingly, we will do it. Then breast examination is also important. It's not the least. The nipple size and shape of the nipples will be noted in the physical examination, whether they are inverted or flat. If they are inverted or flat, some manipulation will be instructed to the pregnant lady by the Anganwadi worker so that the nipples will come in proper shape and size so that suckling of the baby won't be difficult. Blood pressure recording should be done in a proper way. 2 readings should be taken. An average of the 2 readings should be considered as blood pressure, and it is very important to note the blood pressure in each and every visit when the pregnant lady comes to the antenatal clinic. After 20 weeks of gestation, if the systolic blood pressure is more than 140 and or diastolic blood pressure more than 90, it indicates preeclampsia. Systolic blood pressure more than 160, diastolic blood pressure more than 110, it is a danger sign of preeclampsia. Now, coming to the abdominal examination, just like any other local examination, we go for inspection, palpation, percussion, and auscultation. So, first of all, we want to see the fundal height. That means uterine growth is proper or not. As per the gestational age, whether it is corresponding to the gestational age or not, we will see. There are predetermined heights of the uterus or abdomen. At 12th week, it will be felt where abdomen becomes an abdominal organ. Earlier to that, it will be a pelvic organ. So it won't be seen before the cannot be felt per abdomen before 12 weeks. At 12 weeks, it will be felt just above the symphysis pubis. At 20 weeks, it will be at the lower border of the umbilicus. At 36 weeks, it will be at the giphisternum. So, for our convenience, we have noted that at 24 weeks of gestation, fundus will be at the umbilical level. From fundus to symphysis pubis, the distance will be divided into two equal parts. So, the first part will represent the 16th week of gestation. The second part will represent the 20th week of gestation. Again, from umbilicus to giphisternum, we divide the area imaginarily into two parts. The first one third will represent corresponds to 28 weeks of pregnancy. The second line represents 32 weeks of pregnancy, and 36 weeks is the giphisternal level. Once it comes to below the giphisternum and the gestational age is 40 weeks, it will come down because the flanks will be full and head will be engaged. That's why the level of the fundus of the uterus will come to a lower level. So, the fetal heart can be had at 24 weeks of pregnancy, that is at 6 months in the midline, at the rate of 120 to 140. It is more than 160 per minute, or if it is less than 100 per minute, it indicates fetal distress. After 28 weeks of pregnancy, the fetal heart position will change from the midline according to the position of the fetus in relation to the maternal axis. The fetal movements, otherwise called quickening, will be felt by the mother between 18 to 24 weeks of gestation. Fetal parts can be felt by the examiner after 22nd week of gestation. Fetal lie. The fetal lie is the long axis of the fetus in relation to the long axis of the mother is called the fetal lie. It may be transverse lie, it may be vertical lie. Or fetal presentation, the fetus is presented with the vertex downwards, it's called vertex presentation, or it may be presenting with the buttock in the pelvis, it is called breast presentation, like that. So presentation can also be determined, and it is relevant after 32 weeks of gestation. Any abdominal scar will be noted. It may be previous cesarean section scar, or previous operation scar, or stria alba, previous pregnancy has touched the abdomen, and stria alba, stria nigra will be found. So, for convenience purpose, I have put a short video for the video could not be made. So we'll see at the end of the class this video. So pregnancy, the mother will experience the mixed feeling. She will be feeling happy, and at the same time she will be very anxious and annoyed, and think of several things, the complications and also will come into mind, and how she will get on with the pregnancy, how the delivery will be conducted, what will be the result, and all will come into mind, and at the times he will become very anxious. So the assessment of the gestational age, the gestational age is based on LMP. Last menstrual period was an old method. Early assessment of the gestation age by ultrasonography with fetal measurements, and ideally in the first trimester, is the latest one. Assessment of gestational age can also be done by LMP, fundal height, and ultrasonographic assessment. Birth weight after delivery also you can assess at what gestation age the baby was born, and the clinical assessment after the birth of the baby can also determine the gestational age. Now the latest one is combination of LMP with the ultrasonography assessment is the latest obstetric method for calculation of the gestational age. The laboratory investigation, few laboratory investigations we have to go to rule out certain conditions. At subcenter level, we will go for pregnancy detection test. So there may be stoppage of menstrual cycle due to various reasons, but whether this particular amenorrhea is due to pregnancy or something else will be determined by the test called pregnancy test by the nischay pregnancy kit, where urinary human chorionic gonadotropins will be positive. Then we can say that it is pregnancy. The hemoglobin percentage in grams, if it is 11 grams, that is borderline. Less than 11 grams in a pregnant lady will be treated as anemia. Urine for sugar and albumin are the routine examinations in order to know whether she is under gestational diabetes or some proteinuria indicating the preeclamptic stage. And rapid malaria test in our country, malaria is an endemic disease and is also dangerous if it is continued in the pregnancy. That's why we will also test for malaria. At primary health center or community health center or first referral unit, we will go for another set of tests which are also essential, like blood grouping and cross-matching or typing. EDRL in order to rule out the syphilis infection, which will enter into the baby after 6 months, not before 6 months. The baby will be infected. HIV infection, whether it is not from 30% of the mother's blood, HIV positive, the baby will also be positive, and there will be transmission, transplacental transmission will be there. Rapid malaria test will also be done, and random blood glucose level will be done. Then hepatitis B surface antigen test will be done to rule out the hepatitis B infection. This is also dangerous and transmissible. Intervention and counseling for antenatal cases. So we will intervene with certain means, like giving iron folic acid to the pregnant ladies as a prophylactic measure. We give 100 milligrams of elemental iron with 500 micrograms of folic acid once a day for 100 days. This is the prophylactic dose for each and every women who are pregnant and registered. So will be given. If the hemoglobin level is 11 gram percent, tablet iron and folic acid will be given twice daily for 100 days. Twice the dose will be given as a therapeutic dose. Calcium supplementation will be given at the rate of 1 gram per day. That is 500 milligrams twice daily to all pregnant women. That will be started after 14 weeks of gestation and will continue up to 6 months after delivery. Injection tetanus toxoid, 2 doses to prevent the neonatal tetanus and maternal tetanus. 2 doses will be given at 4 weeks interval. First dose will be given between 16 to 20 weeks of gestation, and second dose will be given between 20 to 24 weeks of gestation. This is all during the first pregnancy. If it comes for second pregnancy, only 1 dose of tetanus toxin will be given, and that can last for 5 years. Then health education is of utmost importance. Health education regarding nutrition and motivation regarding family planning. What are the various family planning methods available, spacing methods and all. To explain and motivate her to adopt small family norms and the importance of the family planning to maintain the quality of life and self-care, personal care and hygiene will also be taught in the health education. And we have got another important service, referral service. So everything cannot be dealt at every level. So some cases, like about 85% of the pregnancies will end up with the normal delivery. Only 15% of the cases may have some other complications, but we don't know which 15% will develop the complications. That's why we suspect and we take care of each and every case which is registered or otherwise. So we will also go to an approach called a risk approach to identify the high risk group. There are certain pregnant women who are at high risk to develop complications. So such a risk group will be identified to refer them for better healthcare services. The objective of the risk approach is to give more attention for the improvement of the maternal and child health care. So such cases are elderly pregnant. The lady is pregnant after 30 years of age, or she is of short stature, less than 140 centimeters height, and some malpresentation. The presentation of the fetus may be breech presentation, presenting with the buttocks in the pelvis, or shoulder presentation, or transverse line, etc. Malpresentations are also rise to complications and difficulty at the time of delivery. That's why we refer such cases from the sub-center or from the community to the better healthcare facility. And antepartum hemorrhage is one of them. Threatened abortion, preeclampsia, cases of preeclampsia which are suspected to have high blood pressure along with proteinuria and puffiness of the face or swelling of the feet. Such cases may go to a condition called preeclampsia. If it is more proteinuria, 2 plus proteinuria is called eclampsia, when the women will develop some dangerous signs like blurring of the vision and altered sensorium, etc. We refer the cases. And anemia, severe anemia is also one of the cases to be referred. Twin pregnancy, in which sometimes they may sacrifice one of the babies if there is a knocking or cord around the neck. Hydramnios, so excessive secretion of the amniotic fluid will also a complication can be referred. So bad obstetric history, in the form of bad obstetric history, when taking history, if we noted some bad thing, that means twin pregnancies are occurred or forceps has been applied in the last pregnancy or cesarean section was done, such cases will carry the bad obstetric history and will be taken care of. And as soon as any warning symptoms are seen, the cases can be referred. Prolonged pregnancy. Pregnancy more than 9 months and 7 days, over and above 9 months and 7 days, 14 days have crossed. We can call as prolonged pregnancy. After EDD, we can refer the history of previous cesarean section courses of application of the delivery is also may give rise to complication. Pregnancy with general diseases like cardiovascular diseases, renal diseases, hypertension, diabetes mellitus, tuberculosis, liver diseases, HIV positivity, and reproductive tract infection or sexually transmitted infection. All these cases may be referred. Treatment for infertility. One who is taking treatment for infertility, they are likely to have ectopic gestation or having spontaneous abortions on more than 3 occasions successfully. If they are having more than 3 spontaneous abortions, is also belongs to this group. Then record maintenance. As we know, initially in the first visit, we have created mother and child protection card created by the combined created by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and Ministry of Women and Child Development. This card contains all the information, and there will be indications in the form of red box, pink box, and blue box, and depending upon the history. Those cases will be taken care of, and such a record should be handed over to the pregnant lady and instructed to bring the card each and every time she visits the antenatal clinic, and it will be entered into the antenatal register so that the register will be reflecting the number of pregnancies and the complications, the mortality rates will be noted there. Home visits. Home visits, at least one home visit must be given by the health worker, female or public health nurse, to observe the physical and social environment of the conditions at home, how, what ways he is living, and what are the social environment at home, to give prenatal advices and all. And it will also boost up the confidence of the pregnant lady. And the antenatal care, we have to inform about the governmental programs and incentives available like Janani Suraksha Yojana and Janani Sishu Suraksha Parakram and Prime Minister Swasth Suraksha Yojana, Prime Minister Swasth Matratva Abhiyan. These are all the governmental programs where some incentives in the form of money and in the form of services will be given. Government of India has also introduced in 2017 the maternity benefit scheme, in which about 56,000 will be given for the pregnant lady. Later on, the government has changed to only for the first baby. And if any lady is going to pregnancy and delivering the first baby, during that period, they will be given 5,000 rupees. They have reduced from 6,000 rupees to 5,000 rupees from 2 children to 1 child. Birth preparedness. So once the lady is pregnant and she has passed on this period of 9 months and 7 days, and we are expecting the delivery on a particular date, this side or this side, we have to plan for her. The skilled attendant who is dealing with her must be present at the time of delivery, and the place of delivery should also be decided, and encourage institutional delivery always. And support people, who are the support people, should also be decided prior to the occurrence or onset of the delivery. So accompanying those who are accompanying the women should also be noted. Plan the finances, what will be the expenses under certain Janani Suraksha, Sister Suraksha Karakram. Everything is free, transport is free, medicines are free, diagnostics are free, referrals are free, everything is free. Otherwise, we have to spend some money from the pocket. So at the end of the class, our objective is to see the healthy antenatal mother. Thank you. And we will be dealing with the prenatal advices in the next class, in part 2 of the antenatal care. Thank you.